So, Goliath Keto. I wasn't going to make a video talking about this dude. I wasn't. I could have when he made that dumbass 6.2 video he made. I could have when he made that, nonsensical apology. I'm quoting, apology video he made. I could have very well had done that. I could have hopped on the bandwagon of the memes of, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? I could have hopped on that. There could have been plenty of things I could have said about Goliath Keo. But, I decided to ignore it for the most part. Sure, I got quite a bit of laugh at people memeing the hell out of him because of how ridiculous he sounded. Whether it's him being a hypocrite in terms of talking about Genshin being predatory and everything, but going out his way to spend $1,000 on the game. No matter what people try to say, no matter how people want to spin the narrative, I like to think if I'm promoting or if I'm spreading awareness about something that a company is doing, I'm not going to then spend my own money on said company while also saying that. That doesn't make no sense to me. It's the equivalent of saying that, hey, you shouldn't smoke because smoking is bad. Okay, you shouldn't be smoking because smoking can mess up your lungs, and then yet you're saying that as you're smoking a pack of Newports. How are you telling me this, and yet you sit right there in front of me smoking a carton of cigarettes? Are you stupid? Are you out of touch with reality in some way? And this isn't one of those cases where he's speaking he's speaking to the children. He's letting the children know about no. He's speaking to grown ass people and trying to convince them that a character like Doran is a trap and that's predatory to how Genshin trying to promote him. But then here he is spending $1,000 on a C16 a character. But hey, if a quote quote honest, truthful content creator like Goliath could do it and try to justify it, then maybe there's some underlying meaning that I just don't get. Who knows? I don't particularly go out of my way to see 16 5-star characters on whim, so that's just me. But yeah, there could have been plenty of things I could have talked about with Goliath, honestly. Plenty. But instead, I just decided to, ignore it, not really say nothing about it, just see how things were. Then, I was on my YouTube news feed yesterday. Well, last night, I should say. And then I saw a video from Zoom. I'm sure I'm butchering his name. And he made a video talking about Goliath and the fact that apparently he is using AI to script his videos. Now, of course, when I saw this, I was a bit, confused about what was the implication of that. So, I clicked on the video, watched the 15 or 10 or 15 minute video of it, and when I was watching it, I couldn't help but just scratch my head and think to myself, huh. So almost most of all his videos, including the 6.2 video as well as the quote apology video, were pretty much AI. Interesting. Now, what made it more interesting is the fact that apparently Goliath Keo decided to private both those videos, out of nowhere. And this just so happened to align around the time when Zoom made that video exposing him for using AI or ChatGPT. Now, of course, this does beg the fundamental question. Did he private the videos because he got exposed? Or did he private the videos because he was just tired of the drama that came from those videos? Now, if if it's the former, it really makes no sense because if almost all your other videos is generated by AI, I'm not sure why those two videos in particular would be something you would need to private. So it wouldn't make too much sense if that was the case, but who knows? But if it's the latter, it being that he decided that the drama was just annoying to him or he just was tired of it, then it kind of makes him out like a bit of a bitch because he started drama and then completely tried to remove himself from it because he would get negativity from it. And I always notice when it comes to the gotcha community in particular, I always notice that when people say something negative, they are quick to then try to remove the video that garnered that negativity, despite the fact that the whole thing about their channel and their whole personality is the fact that they are supposed to be 100% honest and transparent. They are supposed to be unbiased. They're supposed to, express their true, honest feelings about things. But then the moment they get any kind of negativity, then all of a sudden they try to remove themselves away from that. So then that way the negativity don't spread and they don't get no hateful comments or anything like that. It's kind of like how there was this one YouTuber that would say nothing about anything but negativity when it comes to Genshin. But in the moment he made a video talking about 2.6 of Withering Way being mid, people I guess was attacking him in the comments, and then he decided just to private the video. Now, what does that say about how some content creators are? It says that some who are willing to, to die in the hill of when it comes to what they say, there's those, and whether they wrong or not, you can at least admire the fact that even though they're dead wrong and just completely fucking stupid in what the things they might say, negative or otherwise, and or whether it's true or not, at least they are not being cowards about it by deleting their videos and whatnot because people clearly was being negative about it. But then when I look at Live and I think that this dude was talking about how he stands on business and that he speaks his truth and that he's honest and not this and he not that. But then you see that he decided to delete two of his videos off his channel or private it, whatever he did, just because he just was, I guess, tired of the negativity. Now again, if it is the whole AI thing, I genuinely don't know why those two videos in particular would matter. I genuinely do not know, especially if you can look at his other videos and use that same website in Zone's video to see whether or not is AI. Then I don't know why those two videos in particular would be something he will remove. So if it is indeed the latter, that is more the case that he was just tired of the drama. Again, it just comes off as cowardice. It really does. And that's the thing I would never understand with some content creators, or even people in general that are famous, that have a bunch of followers, a bunch of subscribers, that is well known and everything and so forth. I keep thinking in my own head, do you not think you're not going to garner attention when you say or do something stupid on the internet? Do you not think that's not going to happen? And I'm sure some people will say, well, it's their opinion, is there this or there that. But you have to know that the things you might say will also garner some hateful attention. You have to know that, especially if you're going up against a particular fan base or a particular community. And while we can say that a fan base community is toxic and everything, if you're going to say the thing you say, right, then either stand by it or don't make the damn post at all. Because when you didn't garner the hate and the drama from it, it shouldn't be a surprise to you. It really shouldn't. It baffles me that when I see people do that and then they act shocked at the negativity they get, it just seems like they just like a deer in the damn headlights. And this being no different. Do you not think That no one was not going to say nothing to you? Did you not think there wasn't going to garner drama and attention on you? So then I look at this and I think, okay, so you know that the first video you made was evidently misinformed. You acknowledge that in your apology video. So I would like to think that the thing you would do would be to delete that video, delete the 6.2 trap, misinformed video, delete that video, and then keep the apology video, because at the very least you was addressing what you said in the previous video and tried to correct it. But to private both videos, and really if you're privating the apology video, it just goes to show that the apology video was shit to begin with, and there wasn't anything of an apology. It was you doubling down what the hell you initially were saying, but trying to justify why you said the things you said. It's the typical thing when it comes to YouTubers, when it comes to apologies. It's the thing that it's three simple things you should do when you apologize. Three simple things: address the issue, apologize about the issue, and then talk about how you're going to do better. That's it. Address the problem, apologize about the problem, and then address how you do better moving forward. If you're doing the following, hey, I'm going to address the problem and then justify why I said what I said, apologize what I said, but then not really apologizing, but not really explaining why I'm apologizing. Like, imagine if you make a video, because you see this a lot. Imagine someone did the most foul, most fucked up thing possible, and they decide to turn on their camera and then say, I want to say I'm sorry. I want to say I'm sorry if I hurt people. I want to say something to my family. I want to say something to the people I hurt, and everything else. Okay, but what are you apologizing for? What are you apologizing for? Like, can you give me detail? What exactly are you apologizing for? They don't do that. And Goliath in particular, like he addressed some things he said, but again, most of everything else was him doubling down what the hell he was talking about anyway. So really, it just felt like it was a video to justify the previous video, but then correcting some of the things he did not need to say, and that's it. So of course, as I said, people, was negative about it. And I guess in his mind, he felt that, okay, I'm tired of negativity. I'm tired of people saying this and saying that about me. I'm just tired of it. So instead of me, simply, deleting, as I said, deleting the 6.2, leaving the apology video, just going about my day. Instead of me doing that, I'm just gonna be a baby bat bitch and just decide to delete both videos. And I'm just going to decide to delete both videos and then just, remove myself away from the issue. Now I'm sure some people think, oh, hey, that should be fine because maybe he was just tired of the drama and then maybe he thought deleting the video would be a good idea. But, again, if you're a content creator that stands on business and all about honesty and all that, and, the things he said supposed to be his truth, why would you delete the videos? Why would you remove them? Why private them? Why do that at all? Don't that just make you seem cowardice? Don't that just make it seem like you would rather run away from what the hell you said and did rather than simply just acknowledging what the hell you said and did and then moving on from there? Like, I like to think that some people who would make videos, saying something negative about Genshin and whatnot, they wouldn't give a damn about how the Genshin community feel and how the toxic fan base of them would feel. You would think that'd be the case. But I guess because people were making multiple videos and memes of what the hell he was talking about, I guess it was too much for Goliath and he decided, well, you know what, let me private the two videos that caused the drama. Which all that really means now that now people are just gonna forever look at someone like Eli and think that he can't handle pressure, he can't handle criticism, he can't handle it when people talk shit about him, especially when he was wrong about something he said. So instead, he'll simply run away from the problem, remove any kind of evidence of the problem even being relevant, and then just try to pretend like it didn't happen. Now, hey, if he makes a video addressing the whole AI thing, then maybe we get some reasoning why he decided to private those videos. But I get the feeling, I get this inkling feeling that what's going to happen is that he's going to not make, a response video. He just going to probably carry on like normal. He probably just gonna carry on like normal, pretend like nothing he said or did happen, and just keep it moving. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Now, if that does happen, again, it just reinforced the fact that he decided to go the baby back bitch route and not address the problem and simply run away from it. And then, just decided well, hey, it happened, it happened. I don't need to address it. I don't need to defend myself. I don't need to say any other matter. I can just run away from the whole fucking, the whole fucking conversation as a whole. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, in the end of the day, I'll always say this. You have your morals, and sometimes people will use their morals to try to, paint a image of themselves, paint a picture about themselves. How maybe they're this righteous person. Not all of them really think that, but think how this righteous person, how they all about honesty, integrity, and all this other bullshit. That's how some people with morals will paint themselves as, right? But then when you see a situation like this, and then you think that this person that supposed to have morals, they're supposed to stand on business and all this other garbage, you think that, okay, if that's the case, then no matter what they say, no matter what they do, they're going to fight and die on that hill they made, right? But then when you have people with those same morals deciding they're going to, either not follow through with those morals in the sense of, doubling down what they're talking about in terms of how they're going to act, how they're going to go about things, or the things they say. If they're not doubling down on it and instead they just backpedal what the hell they said, either to remove themselves from the drama or to make sure they don't lose no money or something out of it, then it goes to show you that your morals in the end they don't mean shit. And that the things you say out your mouth don't have no weight to it. And it speaks more when you have AI scripting your fucking videos at that. If you yourself can't speak from your chest and from your hearts of heart how you feel and how you go about things, then in the end of the day, am I speaking to a person that actually has integrity, morals, a fucking brain, and a soul to express the feeling they're expressing? Or am I talking to a machine and talking to Chat GBT to tell me how that person feels? And if it's in the end of the day, if I'm talking to AI and not a person, then evidently your morals, your principles, your opinion for that matter, don't mean shit in the end of the day, does it? You can say otherwise, but in the end of the day, if you're not speaking from your chest, if you're not speaking from your own heart of heart, then anything you say don't mean nothing, whether it's negative or positive. You could have AI generate a inspiring speech or what have you, but if you're claiming it as your own, then your opinion when you say it don't mean shit because it's not coming from you. You know, again, I think we should. I think we live in a time where I like to think that people should be, if they are speaking from their chest, are speaking with morals and whatnot, they should live and die by those morals. Don't use money as an excuse. Don't use, language or something as an excuse. Don't use any of that as an excuse. Because when you use those as excuses, when you use that as a some sort of justification as to why, and you decide to back out and trying to act as if nothing happened, it makes you out like a fucking coward. Point blank. Period. Because as far as I'm concerned, hey, if Cloud used AI again, that's bad because he's just getting money for work he ain't fucking really doing. But what makes it worse is that he is not even speaking from his chest of the shit he's talking about. He is not speaking from his own thoughts or anything. He's not. And if you're not doing that, why the hell should I ever take your opinion seriously? Well, well, well. Now, as I was recording, I had to stop for a brief second because my friend sent me a screenshot. And he sent me a screenshot of Goliath Keo response to the whole videos being taken down. Now, you probably wonder to yourself, oh, well, why they took a screenshot? Couldn't you go check on your YouTube yourself to go find this? I would if he posted this on YouTube, but no, he posted his response on Twitter. Now, before I read this, I want to emphasize something that he said in his video, in his apology video. He specifically said he do not care for Twitter, and that is mostly a hobby of his, if anything else, and mostly there to rage bait people, like that post he made about how, Genshin Bug Behind the Story thing. How do you feel about that? Apparently that was rage baiting people. So he decided to put his response on Twitter. Probably the most stupidest thing you could do, especially when you have more. I would assume you have more subscribers than followers on Twitter, but hey, I'm not this dude. Let's read what he said. I didn't read this myself, but let's read what he said. Jesus. When the videos was up, I got dozen comments and DMs telling me to delete the videos. Now I private the videos and I got harassed for putting it down. What do you want anymore? What's the point of having it up anyway? CC creators or content creators have reacted to the videos if you want to watch it. He then says, what guilt am I hiding from? Now you want to create problems out of literally nothing as well. I've been called out many times. This is my third cancellation this month, and it's not even the end of the month yet. One more ain't gonna break my back. Keep it pushing. So let's pick apart this post. And I'm probably gonna end the video soon after because this is giving me a headache. So the first thing, when the video was up, I got dozens of comments and DMs telling me to delete the videos. So he waited, I guess, 2 or so weeks since those videos been up to then decide to just say, okay, let me go private them. Don't you find it weird that it wasn't until this whole Zoom exposing him about the AI thing that conveniently that's when he decided to take the videos down? Now again, I said previously, do I really think that's the reason why he took it down because he got exposed because of the AI thing? I don't think that's the reason, honestly. Personally, I don't think that's the reason because again, he would have to be privating a lot of videos that had been exposed being used, having AI being used. So who knows? It's something else. I can't tell you, but so it's clear that his subscribers, followers, what have you, saw that he was getting a lot of negative attention, a lot of negative feedback back from both videos, which further emphasized the fact that the apology video was a shit apology to begin with. So they decided to tell him he should delete the videos, and that's what he ended up doing. Again, does it make it good on his part? No. Again, it just make him like a baby back bitch that can't take criticism and decided to run away from the fucking problem instead of either standing on business, quote quote, that he was saying in his apology video or something else. But hey, it is what it is. Now I private the videos and I got harassed for putting it down. What do you want anymore? Well, I mean, here's the thing. You know, what you could have done, and this is just me thinking this anyway. What you could have done is that you could have deleted the 6.2 video, because clearly that was the fucking catalyst that started this whole thing in the first place. You could have deleted that video, right? Keep the apology video, or what you could have done is probably redo that apology video and then posted it back up and then kind of clarify some of the things you said, and taking more accountability than what you did, instead of just taking some accountability for some of the things you said and then doubling down everything else you were talking about. I'm just saying, maybe that would have been my whole way of handling it. Now, if he was harassing you for this, I mean, again, the timing of when you did this is pretty apparent, so I'm assuming that's why people would be on your ass about it, but hey, who knows? What's the point of having it up anyway? Content creators have reacted to videos anyway if you want to watch it. Yes. Because if I want to watch somebody make a fool of himself, I want to look at people reacting to it, because, if I don't care for those reactors anyway, I want to give them my time and view and whatnot, so I can look at a video that you decide to remove because, again, you decide to be a baby bad bitch and not face the fucking issue that you caused. But hey. What guilt am I hiding from? Now you just creating problems out of literally nothing as well. Now, to me, is this you doing it out of guilt? No, I think you did this because you were just tired of the drama. You were just tired of people, saying shit about you, whether that's through people making YouTube videos about you, comments about you, posts about you, what have you, and you felt that the best way to get around that was to simply delete the fucking videos. Now, I could care less if you feel guilty about it or not. What I do care about is that for a guy that sat there and say he stands on business and he's honest and whatnot, it seemed like a bitch move on your part to decide to delete the videos that you claim is supposed to be honest, truthful, and since you're supposed to be like the CM Punk for the Gacha community, or for the Genshin community for that matter, you're supposed to be the voice of the voiceless. But, the voice of the voiceless don't run away from the fucking problem that they created. But, again, that's just me. I've been called out many times. This is my third cancellation this month. So, he got called out many times, and this is his third cancellation. So I mean, he's self-aware that he get canceled for the shit he's saying, but he's not the first, and I'm sure he the last. It's kind of like how Nicholas Light, that one reacting YouTuber, like it kind of like how he is, where he say a lot of shit, and well, whether you agree with him or not is neither here nor there, but he's saying a lot of shit and did not know that the shit he say might have a negative response or impact to maybe him or his YouTube channel. He don't think that, but he continued to do it and then make a fucking long ass video pretty much crying wolf about people saying this and people doing this and everything like that. And again, it's one of those cases where, well, dumbass, if you're saying the shit you're saying, then of course you're going to get a negative response from it. Now, how you decide to handle it is one of two ways. Either you ignore it and just keep on moving along with it, or you embrace the hate and then not give a fuck either way and just keep speaking with however you want to speak. But when you make a whole video talking about people canceling you and shit, it sounds like you're trying to play the fucking victim at the end of the day. You don't need to play the victim. If you feel how you feel, then stand on that. Either ignore it or embrace it, one or the other, but don't play the fucking victim by making a damn video about it. So I feel when Clive make this little fucking response here, it's him trying to play the victim. People harassing him, people canceling him. Okay, but if you're a rage baiting, criticizing, YouTuber on YouTube and on Twitter, wouldn't this be the norm that people will harass you and call you out and criticize you and all that? Wouldn't that be the norm for you at this point? I mean, apart from motherfuckers leaking any information or doxing you or anything, this particular thing should be nothing fucking new to you. So why the fuck are you bothered by this? Why are you bothered by this? It's like a wrestler who's a heel complaining that he's getting booed. Well, no shit. You paint yourself in that light. What do you expect them to do? Cheer for you? And if they cheer for you, then how the hell are you the fucking heel? Like again, I wish some of these people, these so-called educated people, would use their common fucking sense once in a while. And it's not even the end of the month yet. One more ain't gonna break my back. Keep it pushing. I mean, honestly, the whole fucking thing he was talking about sounded like he was using AI, but I digress. But fuck me, man. Like these people on YouTube or social media, it's like they don't understand how fucking social media works. It's like people don't understand that they can't research shit, that people can't read nothing. It's the peak of stupidity. Really, it is. I mean, I'm sure the rest of this thing probably talking about whether he is using AI or making excuses that he's not using AI. Personally, I don't care. I really don't care. Again, unless he can prove differently, unless he can prove otherwise, then it kind of just out there for the most part. So I'm sure other people will try to sit there and try to defend it, but again, you don't know any more than whether he being truthful about it. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? Again, the only reason I made this video and the only reason why I feel I wanted to talk about it because it makes me a little peeved when I see these idiots on social media, not just Glide, but just other people in general, whether they was YouTubers, actors, voice actors, what have you. They go on the internet, they say or do the most craziest fucking things imaginable, and then not think in their heads that they are going to get a negative response. And when they do get said negative response, then all of a sudden, they want to play the victim. They want to play like they are being harassed, attacked, what have you, for their shitty behavior. This go back to the whole Conching, Paimon, Candace voice actresses going after fucking Kenichi's fucking voice actor that had nothing to do with the whole AI strike bullshit. Okay, had nothing to do with them, but they decided to go attack him, and yet they are surprised that not only Hoyo removed their asses off their motherfucking game, but people decided to go after their asses for the shit that they were saying. They seem surprised. They seem shocked that they got a negative fucking reaction from them. It's the same thing when you talk about idiots on YouTube too. When you have people on YouTube saying some of the most stupidest fucking things imaginable, things that generally doesn't make any sense to be saying on YouTube, do you not think you're not gonna get a reaction, a negative reaction at that? No, you will. You will get a negative reaction, and you will get people saying some bullshit to you in the comments. Now it's up to you as the the person that posted that bullshit in the first place. You either embrace it, follow through with it, keep on saying your piece, keep on putting fuel on that fucking fire, or you can just ignore it and you're not paying no mind. You said your piece. You don't need to say anything else about it. But sometimes, like life here, sometimes some people just think, well, if I delete the fucking evidence and delete the fucking drama entirely, then everything is okay, then everything is alright. It's like some people think that they just press the reset button on the bullshit that they did, then everything else resets. So you no longer get the drama, you no longer get the negativity, you no longer get the people, saying some mean shit about you. As long as you remove the thing that caused it in the first place, you're good. But the sad truth is that the internet is a lasting thing. Stuff that you might not see or may not think you see always lingers. People's either saving it, clipping it, screenshotting it, what have you, to keep those specific stupidity or moments of stupidity alive for them to exploit, for them to show off, for them to make a video about it and what have you. Because if you were stupid enough to put it out there, then of course people are going to exploit that. When you look at the situation as a whole, really, Goliath thought he was going to expose Genshin for, it being a trap, it being this and it being that. Okay, that was the point of it. Two videos was to expose Genshin for all that. Just so that other people exposed his ass for being misinformed, giving out misinformation, being a liar, being a hypocrite, and as well as using AI. And what did he end up doing in response to all that? Running away from the problem by deleting the videos. That's not a person that stands on business. That's not a person that is 100% honest. That's not a person that is supposed to be unbiased. That, my friends, is a baby back bitch that will run when he is cornered and then try to play the fucking victim. Stupidity at its finest, folks.